to our official ribbon cutting and opening of our Workplace Skills Center. This has the college's name, West Kentucky Community and Technical College Workplace Skills Center, on the top, but it is truly a community endeavor. That's just the name up there, but it has so many partners that this facility and this service and center is bound to succeed. So I thank each of you for coming out this afternoon and celebrating with us. I would like to recognize, and you are all very special guests, but I would like to thank TC Freeman with Senator Bunning's office, and David Mast with Representative Whitfield's office, and Charles McGuire, before he runs away from us. I would like to thank him for the work that he has done in helping us obtain this facility and worked with us throughout the construction to make it a reality. So thank you very much for being here. We have, as I said, a great many partners for this wonderful opportunity for this region. The Council on Post-Secondary Education has awarded the college a grant to actually fund the staff and personnel for the facility. That was the initial start for us. The Department of Employment Services will be housing a personnel here on a regular basis, sharing the facility with us at designated times. And Paducah Junior College, the foundation for West Kentucky Community and Technical College, certainly has contributed to the overall construction that we have undergone in making this look like it does today. So we're very appreciative of that board. And Paducah McCracken County Adult Education. Keith Lambert, where is Keith? Okay. Keith, the Director of Adult Basic Ed for the Paducah McCracken County School System, has worked tirelessly with us for the last, and it's not even months, it's been years now, Keith, to make this a reality. So we thank you for that. And the Adult Basic Ed for Paducah McCracken County School System will now transition to the college, to West Kentucky Community and Technical College, and that plays a big part in this center. What we will actually be offering, we will be offering GED testing, assessment tutorials for GED. We will do assessment for college classes, and then be able to easily transition a person coming into the facility onto the college campus for actual registration and taking the class. The two very important things that I think the center will facilitate and offer, and that's the Kentucky Employability Certificate and the Kentucky Manufacturing Standards Skills Certificate. Those are very important to our region. We need to be offering them in our businesses. We need to be moving that into the high schools, and for a graduate of a high school to come out with those employability certificates would be such a boon to their employment, to the employers, to say that we have a ready workforce that has those skills. Not that we would ever think that a high school graduate was complete. They need to come to post-secondary education, and that's what we're wanting, and this is what it is to promote. So the essence of the center will be that, and we'll be tutoring. We will also be providing classes. So this is just a great opportunity. This whole initiative was, as I said, community-driven and spurred through the Chamber of Commerce. So it is my pleasure to introduce and ask Elaine Spalding, President of the Chamber, to say a few remarks.
Thank you, Dr. Beasy, and I'd like to thank Dr. Beasy and all of the faculty and staff at West Kentucky Community and Technical College who have worked so hard to get this center open. Our business leaders are very excited about this center being open. We have worked very hard with the college to try and make this a reality, and the one business leader who has worked the most diligently on this project we'd like to bring forward now, because he has just put in countless hours on this, Neil Archer is the chairman of our Business Education Partnership. Neil, would you please come forward, and we'd like to recognize you and thank you.
Thanks, Elaine. It's always good to see a nice big crowd for such an event. I think the one thing I want to say is that there's a lot of people in this crowd today that are glad this is open, only because that I want to quit bugging them about every week about this. So they'll be glad to see me talk to them about another subject. There are a few people here, though, that I would like to thank, and one of them is standing over here in the corner, and that's Billy Harper. Business Education Partnership really started with an idea that Billy had, and or I should say, thankfully, he funded this endeavor initially by himself. I was one of the original people that signed up for the BEP, and I've been on it ever since. And I believe it's a organization that's well worth the investment. Thanks, Billy. I appreciate it. The really unique thing about this is the number of organizations that have come together to start this facility. I mean, it's not just a college, it's not just K through 12 education, it's Paul Freelander and his group and a number of other people that are here that have actually thrown their hat in, and interestingly enough, this is kind of a rarity in the state of Kentucky, but we hope to make this kind of a template for everybody else to follow. We've got some excellent leadership here. Dr. Vesey, I want to thank you for spearheading this thing, and Dr. McInturf for putting up with me and everybody else on this project. Where's he at? He's right over there. After this is all over, Paul and I are going to go do a radio show. Just on education and try and get everybody even more interested in it. That's a joke, by the way. Don't the radio say nothing about that.
It'd be frickin' fracks.
There you go. I'm not going there. Anyway, thank you. Thank everyone that's here. Thank everybody that had something to do with it. Charles and I have spent countless times discussing this thing over chicken fingers, and we're going to have to come up a ways, maybe go eat pasta or something the next time, Charles. But thank you very much, and the Cafaro organization, because they really, really helped us a lot getting into this thing. They really did. They cut this place to the bone to allow us to get in here, and I thank them for that. Thank you, folks.
I would like to ask Sheila Clark if she would make a few comments as well. And this is another strong partner, and that's the Workforce Investment Board. Sheila is the Regional Director of the West Kentucky Workforce Investment Board and a strong partner and supporter.
Thank you, Dr. Vesey. I'm very pleased that this day has come. I know it's been a dream for a lot of people, as well as people in leadership in the community like Mr. Archer that kept saying we need something and pounding on the table to motivate some of the agencies to step up in partnership together. You know, it's a time when sometimes we have limited resources and we have to think of doing things in a new and different way. And this is certainly a new and different way of doing things, as has been pointed out earlier. The college has certainly taken a leadership in this and supporting the direction that was given them by the Chamber of Commerce and their Education and Business Partnership Committee. And that was a committee that, of course, has been very beneficial to all the efforts, and it certainly reminds us that economic development and growth is one with workforce. And it's the chicken and egg, and which do we need to attract the other and make the other grow and build. And this certainly enhances the opportunities for economic growth, Paducah and McCracken County, as well as reaching out into the adjoining counties of Western Kentucky. And with the Elaine, the leadership of the Chamber, Dr. Vesey and Dr. McInturf, with the college, as well as all the other workforce partners that are in the community, the Workforce Board is welcome to have the opportunity to help support this in some small way and see this as a part of the overall regional growth. But congratulations on a job well done for the community and the college and all of our partners. Thank you for bringing this to us today.
Thank you. celebration would be complete without a word from both the mayor and the county judge. And I want them to come up and brag on us, and so I'm going to ask the mayor to do so first.
You're easy to brag on, Dr. Veazey, I'll tell you that. And I do want to congratulate Dr. Veazey, West Kentucky Community and Technical College. I want to congratulate Elaine Spalding, the Chamber of Commerce, Danny Key, the chairman of the Chamber this year. Without their support, so many things for this community would not happen. We've got a great Chamber of Commerce. Thank Billy Harper, obviously. Neil Archer, Neil and I have talked many days about how important training our workforce is here in Paducah-McCracken County. Paul Lee Freelander, a nice partner. You got Charlie McGuire, you got Tony Cafaro. Tony Cafaro, who owns this mall, has not always had a good relationship with Paducah-McCracken County. That has changed, and we've turned over a new leaf. Tony is a big supporter of this community and played a big role in this. And Charlie, I hope you will convey that to Tony when you see him this week. The reason I'm excited about this is for economic development. The judge and I are working extremely hard to bring new jobs into this community. We went out and we hired Wayne Sterling and George Harbin to help recruit industry, and they're doing a marvelous job. We are spending money on infrastructure, our industrial park west, our regional park in northern Grace County, our information age park. So we've got the infrastructure, and we need companies to move in here, and if they do, we need a skilled workforce. And this is a part of it. It's not the complete picture, but it's a big part of it. And the judge and I and Jim Zumwalt, the city commission, the county commission, we promise you that we will be successful in bringing jobs in here. But this has to play a big role in it, and I know it will. And so I congratulate everybody for the great job. And this is one piece of the puzzle, but it is a big piece of the puzzle. So Dr. Veazey, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Dr. Veazey, that's what we get paid to do, is brag, so this makes it easy. Sometimes we even brag on ourselves. The mayor thanked a lot of people personally, and I'm not going to repeat the names, but I want to say ditto on that, because we certainly need the volunteers and the people that make our community a better place to live. And when I was driving over here this afternoon, my wife was with me in the car, and I said, what on earth am I going to say that will be new about education to make people that's new about saying how important it is, and then talking to educators about how important it is. And there's nothing really I could say that has not been said in the last 100 years about education, but I thought of something that I would like to point out that you already know, maybe you haven't thought of it. But as far back as I can remember, every president of the United States and every governor of the state of Kentucky, when they're running for office and when they get in office, they have a program for education, an enhancement to make education better, and it's their program. Sometimes they throw a lot of money at it, sometimes a little bit, sometimes none. And sometimes we don't, it takes years, I guess, to track an educational record of a program to see how well it's doing, and the politicians change and the programs change. But when you see the nuts and bolts, and when you see the faculty and staff, the hands-on, you can see where your money's going, and you can see what's happening in education. And when I started in school in the early years, the 3 R's were the main thing, and that was the program then, very basic, but you can see that's not adequate now. So thank goodness for people that are farsighted enough and have the energy to come up with programs like this and put it in place and operate it. And our community is a better place for it, and I'm getting paid to brag, so thank you very much.
just a couple more comments before we actually do our ribbon cutting, and then please join us for cookies, punch, and then we want you to come inside and see the actual facility. It isn't up and running today. We will hopefully be on board next week, but we have a couple of final inspections. We're not used to all of those inspections, and so we didn't get quite in tune with those. So it's going to be going, it's going to be absolutely great. I have every confidence of it. And I do want to express my thanks to each one of you. I spoke to the Rotary today, so it's been a good day. It's been a really great day for me to highlight the college, which I always love to do. I love this college and I am so proud of it, but I am so proud of it because I get an opportunity to work with each and every one of you. And I want to especially thank Dr. McInturf today. He has worked valiantly on this project, as well as Dr. Steve Freeman. Steve was in many of those BEP meetings when this was discussed and has helped to bring it to fruition. And John Carrico, Dean Carrico has been out here and helping as well. And so my thanks to each and every one of you. Let me introduce the director of the Workplace Skills Center, Val Lynn. And would you come up and just so that we can just see you and everyone will know who you are? Isn't she going to have a great job? Yeah. We're really proud of her, and we know we're going to do such great things. So let's cut that ribbon and get it going.
Yes, they are.